Hello YouTube, this is Aaron again, coming to you with another video. First of all, I want to thank those of you who have subscribed and also those of you who have commented on my videos and have encouraged me to do additional videos. I got into this only wanting to do one, talking about how happy I was with my FX Wildcat and Impact, and then I decided that, hey, you know, maybe there's a cheaper way of doing this after I paid my purchase. And so now any videos I do are going to be about doing things in an inexpensive manner and yet getting good quality and good bang for your buck. And so that's the direction I would like my videos to go in. There's a friend of mine here in town. His name is Ken, and Ken is an avid air gunner, and he saw my videos. I told him about it. He watched, and he decided to loan me a gun to review and to compare. He brought it to me in the box. Thanks, Ken. This is the Kral Kral Arms Puncher Breaker PCP bullpup. It's a very, very nice gun. And the price point, Ken told me this gun is a $500 gun. And so I see it as a perfect opportunity. I mean, how often am I going to get an opportunity to compare point by point a $500 gun against a $16 gun or even an $1,800 gun? But since these two guns are comparable, I'm not going to try to compare it to the Impact, but I'm going to put these two guns up against each other and see how they fare in your mind and in mine. To me, you know, I got brand conscious. You know, I was looking for guns and watching videos that I got sold on FX. And a few people in their comments have questioned that in terms of, it really just made it sound like they didn't like Impact and thought that I was promoting them. I'm not promoting anything. If I'm going to promote anything, I'm going to promote what's best for the wallet as I see it. And then it's up to you, of course, to determine that for yourselves. But today, what we're going to do right now is we're going to compare these guns point by point and find out what they offer and see which one may slightly edge out the other in terms of that. But the first thing I want to say before I get into that is this. You know, once you go beyond brand conscious, you know, there are people out there that love IR arms. You can't tell them anything. I got a friend, he loved the cricket. Can't tell him anything. Egg guns. There are a few people out there and a myriad of other guns that are out there. And everybody's brand conscious. That's what they want to go with, you know. Chevy versus Ford versus whatever. That's kind of the order of the day. But to me, the bottom line is this. Lead down range. I'll say it again. Lead down range. And what it costs to put that lead down range is the actual issue for me. I'm not sure if that's the issue for you. I don't care if I walk in with a $200 gun and put it up against FX, Impacts, Crickets, and everything else, and they beat me out by a half an inch. And I paid $500 and they paid $1,500, $1,600, $1,700, $1,800 for it. That's not going to bother me at all. So that's where I'm coming from. Lead down range and what it takes to put down there. And all that's saying is this. If my FX Wildcat can do a half-inch group at 50 yards, and this puncher breaker can do 1 inch at 50 yards, I'm not paying $1,500. I'm not paying $1,100 for a half an inch. It's just not going to happen. So in that particular case, this gun will win, hands down, because I'm not out to win any bench rest contest. I'm out to do some pesting and some hunting. And an occasional miss on the chipmunk at 50 yards is not going to bother me if I got $1,100 to go spend on something else. So that's what the contest is to me. But to the rest of you guys, you know, that 1 inch may be well worth that amount of money, especially if you're going up against other guys and you're shooting competition, which if you're shooting competition, you're not shooting these guns anyway. I haven't seen many pull-ups in competition. So let's compare these guns and see what they offer. Okay, first of all, in terms of length, both guns come in at 33 inches. Of course, the Wildcat would have came in less than that, but I had 3 extra baffles added to it. 2 extra baffles added to it to make it backyard friendly, so that I could shoot this gun in the backyard and not have my neighbors complain about it. So both of them are at 33 inches. The weight, 6 pounds out of the box for the FX. For the puncher, 7.5 pounds. So about 1.5 pounds difference there. That's a wash to me. Shots for feel. You're going to get 50 shots for feel with the puncher. You're going to get about 70 shots for feel here. But keep in mind that this gun feels to 230 bar. This one feels to 200 bar. Also, one thing I want to note right here too, I think that makes this gun special. I saw this in another video, but the guy that was doing the video is well known in the in this area and an expert when it comes to these guns. He made this statement. He said this gun here does not have a regulator, but it thinks it does. I thought that was an interesting comment. He said because in his shooting a 50 shot string out of this gun, he had a standard deviation of 5 feet per second. Hard to believe, but that's his statement. I'm standing by it because I watched all this video and this guy is good at what he does. So one has one and one doesn't, but it doesn't seem to have any negative effect on the feet per second of the actual gun. The muzzle velocity, 925 on the chrony for this one, 885 on the chrony for this one, and that's pretty much a wash too. Trigger pull out the box on the FX was 1.5 pounds, 2.5 for the puncher. One thing again that wins for this gun over here is this gun comes with a power adjuster. FX does not come with a power adjuster. To me, that's one of the most important things you can get on a gun. You may not agree, but I think it's one of the most important things that you can get on a gun for this reason. Especially if you're a pester or a hunter, but it's particularly a pester. If you're shooting chipmunks in your backyard, I had a big problem with chipmunks a few years ago, you need to take out chipmunks at 20 yards, 30 yards. You don't need 900 feet per second. Shoot, 550, 600 would do your job just as well. And the nice thing about that is you got things down range from there. The pellet traveling at that thing is not going to do much damage after it engages the ground or its target. And so being able to turn that down is very, very important to me, and turn it back up if I want to shoot longer ranges. Also, you know, if you around barns or other things, tight spaces where you're doing pestings, being able to dial this thing down to minimal and have that pellet fly at about 550 or 600 is very, very important, so as not to damage things in the back. So I like to have the power, the option of adjusting the power of my gun. So that's a big winner for this gun with the power adjuster. Both guns are shrouded. I think out the box they may have sounded about comparable, but with the extra bafflers I had on here, that gun is definitely quieter. But this gun here does its job. It's backyard friendly at a distance, but not as quite as backyard friendly as this one. But the shroud on this gun works quite well. I can say that. The shroud is real well. Clip capacity. Got a winner here. 12 shots per clip, 8 shots per clip. But here's an added bonus. You get 2 clips with this gun. You only get 1 here, and you got to pay $29 for the second one. So that's a big plus. 2 clips, and each one of them holding 12 shots rather than 8 shots. is nice. You don't have to feel it as much. Both of them have carbon stocks. I will admit that the stock on the FX is more tactile. It feels better in the hand. It feels almost like it's got a soft velvet touch to it. Where this one is hard. It's a hard plastic. But I'll tell you this, or laminate. But I tell you this thing feels good in the hand, and it's just a nice gun to shoulder. And the guns feel comparable. This is a little bit more heavier, but they feel comparable. This is a little harder, but other than that, there's not much to go on there. But I will say that FX Wildcat does beat it out there because of the feel. Both of them have safeties in the rear, back here. The cocking mechanism for both on the side. This one is more to the rear. FX is more forward, but for me that's not a game breaker either. So those are the guns. And again, for me, looking at them just here on the table and looking at everything that comes with the guns, I would say that I don't know. Just looking at just here on the table, if I see $1,100 more than what this gun is presenting just here on the table. But like I said, the bottom line for me is lead down range. That's the final test. But right here, right now, at this particular point, just look at these two guns and feeling these two guns and everything. I'm saying that if I was about to buy a gun and these two was just stuck in front of me like this with nothing else to consider, this gun here would be purchased. Matter of fact, what I'd probably do is get this in a 22 and a 25 for $1,000 and still walk away with $600 more than just having this gun. That's all I'm trying to throw out there. Is there opportunity for us to get more guns for the money and have more toys to play with? I was raised this way. My mother raised me this way. She said, son, for every dollar you save, you get to buy something else. I live my life that way. I want to save money here so that I can go over there and not pull any more money out and spend the rest of my money. And so that's really important to me. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to take these guns outside. We're going to set up targets side by side, and we're going to shoot 20, 30, and 40 yard groups. I can't stretch it out much further than that right now, but I think that'll give us a good benchmark for what these guns are, especially if you're a pester. And and 100-yard shots is not your shot. And I guess there'll be other people out there doing videos on longer shots with this. But this is just something out the box to answer a question. If you had the opportunity to buy a $1,600 gun or a $500 gun, which is the best one for bang for your buck? So let's take them outside and see what they do. But both guns were shot under the exact same conditions, except for the last group for the puncher, which I was able to brace against the table and steady the gun a lot better. Let's go inside and give our review. Well, there it is. Not sure what you would think about this, but let me just tell you where I am. I said in my last video that there are probably going to be guns out there for $500 that are going to be able to keep up with, maybe not beat, but keep up with guns that are costing 3 or 4 times as much. And I really didn't want to just make that statement. And thanks to my friend Ken, by loaning me this gun, I've been able to, I think, show it. Let me talk about the shooting. Okay, both of them were shot. You saw the platform. It was kind of rickety. And all the groups, as you can see, I shot on bypass, but that's how I hunt. I don't hunt with a clamp. I don't hunt with a gun rest. I hunt with these, so I shoot with these. All of the shots were taken the same way. And the crosshair, I can see the crosshair moving a little bit around the target. So they were all shot fairly, except for the last group for the puncher. On the last group for the puncher, this bypower was so high by the time I started shooting out long distances that I could not get it stable. So what I did was close up the bypass, set it down on the table, got it very stable. Well, I mean, no movement, and shot that 5-shot group, and that's why that last group is so tight. But the fact that this gun was able to shoot it that tight, period, is a great thing. So I don't know what you think, but let me just say this to you. If I was sitting at home right now thinking about getting a PCP, and I had $1,600 in my pocket as I did when I got this gun, my choice would be I would spend $1,500, $1,600. I'd buy 3 of these. I buy one in the 177, 25, and 22, or 22, 25, 30, whatever they make them in. I'd buy 3 of these, and then scope them out. And I'd have 3 guns shooting at 3 different calibers. Quiet, accurate, feel great, well made, for $1,500. There it is. My choice is for this one, and for the money, you got to go with the breaker. So hopefully I want to find a gun to test against my FX Impact. If I was going to have this long enough, I probably would put it up against the Impact, but there's really no point. We've already seen this gun. I'd like to find another $500 gun, put it up against my FX Impact, and see how they fare. And again, I think all these guns out there around $500 now, that are coming out now, 2016, especially 17 and probably 18, are going to be as accurate as you need and probably as quiet as you must have it. That's my review. Let me know what you think. Thank you again for watching.